Hey guys, I just wanted to talk real quick about my DIY baby wipe cubes. They look like this. They're just tiny little cubes. And I've made them out of an aloe glycerin soap base that I have added shea butter, tea tree oil, and vitamin E to, and they are lightly scented with an apple, lilac, bergamot scent. It's really a very light, fresh, just reminds me of like babies. It's a really, really nice scent. And then I've colored them with just one drop of my non-bleeding red. It's an FD&C. It's like one of those FDA-approved cosmetic dyes, but one drop for my entire batch gave me this really pale pink. And when you dilute it in the wipe solution, it's, as you can see, not really colored at all. So, yeah. And then the scent is very, very minimal as well. So it's safe for sensitive babies. So what you do is, oh, and there's also a recipe to make your own wipe solution without the cubes, but it's really easy either way. I'll put both recipes below. And then I'm also selling my cubes on Etsy. Now, you'll notice when you get these cubes, because I've added a higher content of oil, that they will, oh fine, my dryer just cut off. They will have a small amount of oil on the outside of them, okay? That serves two purposes. Number one, it keeps them from sticking together if it gets humid or warm in your house. And plus, you always want to store it in a zipper bag or an airtight container, because the glycerin is a natural humectant, which is why it moisturizes your skin so well, but it also will pull moisture from the room and get what we call dew on it. But don't mistake this for dew. It's actually little beads of oil. And you don't have to wipe them off first. They actually are very beneficial to the overall wipe. And it's a mist of olive oil on the outside. And then again, there's vitamin E, shea butter, a little bit of tea tree oil because it's a natural disinfectant and preservative. So what I've done is I've taken half a roll of paper towels and I've cut it into squares like this. And it seems like it'd be tedious, but it wasn't. I just ripped off the sheets and then cut them in half so that I get these squares. Some of them are still perforated together because I just pulled it off the roll. Cut them into the size squares that I wanted. Put them in my airtight container. This is actually just a Chinese takeout container. And then what you do is you take one of your cubes and add it to 1 cup of, or not 1 cup, I'm sorry, 2 cups of boiling water. Now for half a roll like this, this is a quarter of a roll, I'm sorry. A full batch is half a roll. We don't use them that much in this house because I don't have babies. We just use them for like wiping my daughter's face, and we use these in the bathroom too because they're a lot cheaper than those like Cottonelle or Scott moist wipes. So I use 1 cup of boiling water and half a cube. So if you want to make smaller batches, then you would just take your cube and cut it in half. You don't have to be exact. Okay, it's not really an exact science here. Yeah. So then you would take the cube and you would pop it in the measuring cup with boiling water. You can use just regular warm water, pop the cube in there, and then pop this in the microwave for about 30 seconds to melt the soap cube, and then stir briskly. The reason why I prefer boiling water is because sometimes the microwave can degrade the properties of the oils, and we want all of that good aloe and tea tree and vitamin E and all that good stuff in here So, you know, either way, it's fine. So then you would just pour your solution over your stack of, it starts out like this, dry towel sheets, and you end up with a moist baby wipe. And as you can see, they're wet. If I squeeze it, you know, see it's juicy, but it's not dripping wet. So depending on the paper towels you have, you might want to play around with how much you put on there. But I poured the whole cup of solution over this stack of towels, and it was perfect. So play around with it till you find out what works for you. Also, you can, if you have a wipes warmer, you can just put your water and a cube in the wipes warmer for a little while, and that'll help melt it and keep it warm. You can add the solution after it cools down. I also wanted to mention you want to pour it over the paper towels while it's cooled down. When the solution cools down, you can put it in a spray bottle and then spray it directly onto the towel. And sometimes you can, like, you know, just spray it on like half of the sheet, and then use the dry side to dry it after you wipe them. But I wouldn't spray it directly onto your child. Just spray it onto the paper towel first. Or the cloth wipe. Yeah, so if you're going to do the pre-made wipes, that's super easy. And then you just put the lid on this airtight container. And as you can see by the condensation inside the container, they are quite moist, but again, they're not drippy. So, yeah, you can either cut the cubes in half and make 1 cup batches, or you can use the cubes whole and make 2 cups. So you can visit my Etsy shop for these, but I will also have recipes down below, so if you'd like to DIY it, you can go ahead. So there you go. It's super cheap, super convenient, and 10 of these cubes, okay, makes over a gallon of baby wipe solution. So it's a really economical choice. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and give these a try. Bye.